Good evening, welcome to our very special edition of Täna õhtul ja mproteater with Vinny Francois. My name is Tanel. Everything you see today has been improvised. We don't have a fixed plot, we don't have fixed characters or fixed lines. Actually, I met Vinny like an hour ago, so we really have to make it up as we go, so don't worry about it. During the show, I'm going to need ideas from the audience to help us start the scenes off. So I might ask something like an object. So I want everyone to think of an object in your head. And I want you to say it out loud as I count to 3. So 1, 2... Not a lot of energy, but okay, let's get going. Next up, let's name a person, any famous person. And I want you to call it out on 3 again, but in a way that I actually hear some. Right? Okay, a character. 1, 2...
Jesus!
Jesus, Savisaar. I got a few. Next up, let's call out a location. 1, 2... Saaremaa! That's all I heard. So if you want your suggestion to be used, you have to shout it out louder than anyone else. Without further ado, let me call on stage mproteater and Vinny Francois! Please introduce yourselves.
Siret.
Vinny Francois.
Rahel.
Tanel.
Indrek.
Ando.
You're going to start off with a story. At least name someone very famous, non-Estonian, so Vinny would... Sorry? James Bond, that's perfect. And James Bond is going on an epic quest. He's trying to do what?
Why milk?
We're going to tell a story about how James Bond is going to buy milk. It's going to be a very contrasting story. And to make that happen, we're going to divide into 2 teams. One of their jobs is to make the story be really happy, like just absolutely fantastic in every way. And the other team's goal is to make the story horrible, miserable in every way. So please divide into 2 teams.
Do you play?
No. I don't play. I'm...
Here?
Yes. Now, this is the happy team.
Yay!
Now, they will say one line at a time, and that one line has to make the story be happy. And every time they manage to do that, we all together shout yay. So let's do it once. 1, 2, yay! Like all the guys, imagine your country just got a goal. Yay! The old women. What makes me happy?
You found the perfect mascara.
Oh! Yay! Fantastic. And the evil team. Every time that their line manages to make the story horrible, we all go, boo! 1, 2, boo! Like, what do you say to your boss when he tells you you have to work late for 2 hours? Boo! I guess you don't mind. So, it's a story about how James Bond is going to buy milk. Silver, my horn, please.
James Bond needed some more milk, so he went to the store to buy a fresh carton.
The store owner took one look at him and said to him, "You're James Bond." He pulled out a gun and held him at gunpoint.
But this is James Bond. He pulled out his own gun and dove behind the pile of cereal boxes.
He dove, and as he dove, he got not a single shot out of his gun.
Nope.
As he was falling, I guess. And when he hit the ground, his pistol that was in his boot went off. And the guy died.
Unfortunately, well, the guy died, and together with him, he took with him all of the milk that was in the shop. So he fell on it, and the milk was also spilled.
James Bond was still alive, had his legs, his arms, and he went out of the store to the next store, around the corner.
But the owner of the next store had already heard the gunshot and was afraid and had locked the door, so he was not letting James Bond in.
But James didn't mind. He just took the stone and broke the window.
Ooh.
But in his mind he knew that stealing is a very bad thing, and then he developed very bad pains of consciousness, and he couldn't take the milk.
Of course, James couldn't take the milk. He took one bottle of milk and put 10 euros for the milk. So actually, he did a really good thing for the shop owner.
But James Bond had his milk, and he saw this magnificent, beautiful woman who also wanted a bottle of milk.
Never mind.
But James Bond had his bottle of milk, and he saw a really ugly woman who also wanted a bottle of milk. So he was forced to give the bottle away and had nothing.
That's what he thought. But he's so smart that he hid a small bottle of milk in his inner jacket pocket, because he's a very handsome man with a jacket.
And so, James Bond, you're done. Sorry, you lost. James Bond got his bottle of milk by outsmarting a random ugly woman.
What would the price of life?
And 10 euros.